Gabriel, Jesus, man.
On EGTV, we're back again with Vibes from the 6. We're going to be talking about transfers today. As you guys already know, Arsenal are getting busy this transfer window, so we're going to be talking about a lot about Arsenal and everything Arsenal and all the transfers with that. Obviously, people are going to be throwing jokes about Nketiah's number 14, so I had to put that in the intro. Tielemans hasn't been signed yet.
Teletubby.
Actually, and we're going to talk about Manchester United. Frenkie de Jong, heavily linked to Manchester United. We're going to get onto that. Obviously, Lukaku has left Chelsea. We're going to have to talk about that also. They're linked to some players like Ousmane and Raheem Sterling. So we're going to get into that and more on today's show, guys. Don't worry. And we're obviously going to get onto Man City and what they're doing. They look like they're going to be doing a lot of business with Morella and Kalvin Phillips coming in to give them some squad depth. Yeah, on today's show, we're going to be talking about a lot of that. Get ready, guys.
Shout out to
What kind of intro is this? What have I come back to?
I'm trying to work out what instrumental that was as well.
Who's shouting
that is mascot. If you don't know,
What intro did I come back to?
Anyways, it's non-copyright. Don't worry. But yo,
Oh, for real?
Yo,
All right,
people,
well.
But yo, people, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you don't already know, this is Vibe from the 6. We got the people with us. We got everybody. We got the full panel. This is beautiful. And also, if you want to make sure you're supporting everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check the description down below. You got the link directly to Husam's channel, directly to Daps Never the Foul. You don't even have to leave the stream. You can still subscribe to the channel and go directly from there. Also, everyone's Twitter and links to their bio are right there also. But first, let me introduce the astute panel. We got Husam in the bottom middle. We got Alan in the bottom right. We got Mojo right below me. We got AK to my left, and you got Dabs next to him. If you don't know which clubs they support, I'll let you know right now. You got my guy supporting Chelsea. We got Husam with Liverpool, Alan with Tottenham. We got Manchester United fan in AK, and as you guys already know, Dabs with Manchester City. And of course, you guys already know me because you're on my channel. It's an Arsenal channel, but yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. But let's get the show started. We're gonna be talking about the transfer window. We're gonna be talking about.
Hey, you're getting too good at this, bro.
Listen. Looks like
I'm proud of you, bro, man.
Igal, and also 100 people in it already. Smash those fucking likes. Listen, Igal had no preseason. He went Igal, and to be fair, same with Don Hussam. No preseason, straight back to training. So salute to both of you.
And yo, guys, do me a favor. Try not to swear or say some crazy stuff because the algorithm's messing up the system. But yeah, first things first, right? We're gonna be talking about.
I might as well not speak for the whole show if that's the case.
Let me just give you guys a synopsis of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about all the 6 clubs plus whatever else we end up discussing. So first thing we're going to talk about is Arsenal, and then we're going to work our way through the rest of the clubs. But yeah, we ended with Arsenal last time, so Husam didn't get his chance to speak on Arsenal. Alan didn't really get his chance. I know AK and Mojo weren't here, so I'll let you guys go first. Arsenal seem to be doing a lot of business this window. We already got the signing of Fábio Vieira done. We got a signing of Marquinhos, unknown Brazilian. Gabriel Jesus seems to be getting done very, very soon. We're heavily linked to Raphinha, and that might be sorted very soon. Also, reports coming out today that it could be done come next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. It could be already sorted, and we might get a here you go there. Fabrizio Romano did give us a here you go today for Gabriel Jesus, as you guys already know, for around 50 million. He'll be getting close to 200K per week. And yeah,
can we give credit to the people who actually brought these instead of giving it to Fabrizio? Can we big up David Ornstein?
Yes.
He's the one who's actually doing the work.
David Ornstein, Ben Jacob, those two were on it the whole window. But
listen, David Ornstein is elite. He sits on about 70% of his shit and doesn't even drop it. He is the elite one.
And also, just to let you guys know, there is other deals in the pipework. So like Tielemans might also happen. Martinez might come in and be a backup left back, center back / DM. And the other stuff has gone really quiet and cold. So those are the other 2 main transfers. But yeah, we'll start off with Arsenal. What do you guys think about Arsenal's window so far, guys? I'll start with you, Husam, because you didn't get to speak last time. You're very eager.
I'm in trouble. I'm gonna stay quiet. Go on, Husam.
I got disconnected last time. I had no idea what happened. But anyway, big up everyone. Big up to the panel returns for the first time in a while. All 6 of us are here. So make sure you smash a like button if you're watching right now for all 6 of us. The return of the Vibe from the 6 originals. You get me? So make sure you slap the like button, subscribe as well. You know, it's funny we're starting with Arsenal, the smallest club first. I'm just kidding. I think with with Jesus and with Jesus and Raphinha, I think those are good signings if they do happen. I think Fábio Vieira is a good signing as well. Lisandro Martinez from Ajax is a good signing as well. So now the one thing that kind of makes me like wonder a little bit is why did you never kind of back Arsene Wenger this way? Because if you did, you'd have been sitting on way more than 3 titles in the last 20 years. I think you would have done so much better. I don't know if I'm lagging or not, but anyway, I'm gonna just carry on speaking. With Arsene Wenger, I think he definitely would have won you a lot more, if he got backed properly. So I think, look, I have no idea if I'm lagging or not.
No,
you're good.
I digress. Let me just stop there because I have no idea if I'm lagging.
Just to let you know, Arsenal have not just recently got this influx of cash. Before we had a battle with 2 owners trying to fight for power. That's why they didn't back Arsene Wenger. And we've lowered the wage bill. And people have been saying, where are they getting this money from? We lowered the wage bill. We got rid of a lot of the dead wood, and we've saved money over the last summer window till now. We've saved some money, and we now have enough money to go out this window and go strong. And also, if you look at our actual spend, we're only spending because we have to catch up and bridge the gap in quality with the other teams around us. That is the reality.
You know what, bro? You're spot on. You're spot on. And that is why, right, I have been saying, trust the process. And it's very easy as a City fan to say it because I understood what Arteta was facing. It isn't like Pep at City where we've got a sensational structure, sensational board, everyone in the right roles and everything's easy. Pep gets on with doing his job. Arteta's had to get rid of dead wood. He's had to cut the wage structure. And I knew it. I always said that Arteta is going to need a lot longer. Listen, you lot aren't going to achieve what City are achieving. I'll say that now, right? But you're now seeing you do have the balance. You can start spending, and you are spending. And look, when the window started, Tottenham were getting bigged up and everything. Right now, Arsenal, Man United are doing like one negotiation at a time. They can't speak to more than one person at a time. Arsenal are doing good, man. They're doing good.
True.
I mean, I don't know if they'll finish top 4 still, but they're doing good.
We're going to go to AK next, but we got Tottenham with a UCL have no pull saying Wenger paid off the stadium and built our training ground. Thank you for the super chat, bro. And your name kills me, absolutely kills me. But yeah, go ahead, AK. What are you saying? What do you think about the window so far?
Arsenal, boy. Nah, listen, I can sit here and run my normal agendas, but I'm not. Let's be objective for a second. Arsenal are moving different to what I expected them to move like. I always said before the transfer window started, I don't think the problem would be in terms of people coming in, will be how many come in. I think I always assumed the problem would be the quality of players that come in, because it's not about how many players you bring in, it's about what level these players can actually play at. What they've targeted so far, I have to give him credit, because Gabriel Jesus, as much as people, whatever you want to say about him, Gabriel Jesus is still a top player, man. He's still a high level player who's played at the top level for quite a while now. Of course, I have my reservations about how he will work at Arsenal. I have my reservations about exactly what he'll be providing for this Arsenal team, because he's not a bagsman. This man couldn't bag 20 goals with De Bruyne and all of these men behind him feeding him. So I don't expect him to start bagging 20 goals with Partey and Odegaard feeding him all of a sudden. I think Arsenal fans will very quickly realize that he'll be more effective coming off the wing. And once they see him coming off the wing, I think that's where he will be played. My main problem with Arsenal is where do the goals come from, man? I still don't see where the goals come from. Unless you bring in another striker at the moment with what you have, I honestly, because Raphinha is not a high goal-scoring winger. Gabriel Jesus isn't a goal-scoring jump. He's not a bagsman striker. Martinelli isn't really a bagsman at the moment from what we've seen. So, yes, you've got a lot of good young players, but I still think the same base issue is still there. I just don't think there's enough there to be able to get them to where they want. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the window. I mean, the people that you're still linked with, I think Raphinha would also be an incredible signing. Again, I can't, as much as I would want to, I can't hate on this actual signing themselves, because they are very good players that you're signing. So credit to credit to the scouting team, credit to Arteta, credit to whoever else is upstairs getting these deals done, because they're getting the deals over the line.
That's the
And
key,
these-
getting them over the line, bro.
Yeah,
That's the
they're
massive
getting
one.
these deals over the line, and they're getting them done relatively quickly as well. So I guess we just have to wait and see what the season holds, because there's still once preseason starts next week for everyone, I think there'll be 5 weeks left until the season starts again. So still got quite a lot of time left until the transfer window is done. But for the time being, I think Arsenal's window is proven to be very much better than I expected it to be.
There you go.
Can I just say one thing? I don't know. Can you guys hear me and see me properly?
Loud and clear.
Oh my god! Every time I come on the show, some shit happens. I have no idea why. Literally got like 40 megabytes per second. I could download a whole movie in like 30 seconds. Anyway, look, I just want to say one thing, because AK said something. I hate the fact that Liverpool are playing Man United in a friendly. This is like something that I just dislike to the core. This is, for me, you know, when people just like include irrelevant shit and go like, this is ruining football. This thing is actually ruining football. There is nothing friendly about Liverpool versus Man United. There's nothing friendly about it. There's nothing friendly about Arsenal playing Chelsea. I saw that's another friendly. Like that for me is kind of ruining the game a little bit. I dislike the fact on July 12th, I'm supposed to go like, hey guys, welcome to This Is Football. This is a watch along for a friendly between Liverpool and Man United. Like, what the fuck, bro? That's like so. That's not right.
I hate the idea that. I hate the idea that
you guys know why they're doing it though, right?
It's
you guys
the money.
Money.
It's the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Where is it being played? Where is it being played?
In America, I swear.
America,
is it not in America?
Do you guys know?
Yeah,
do you
all
know
the
how
Premier
much
League
they
clubs
charge
are
for
playing
those
in
tickets?
America, I think, as
You
well.
know how much they charge for those tickets?
Bro.
Like each
I don't even know.
ticket is like $300-400.
Well, listen, get your money up, not your funny up. But
No,
at the same time,
you're gonna see Liverpool and United fans sat next to each other as well.
You know what you're gonna see, Hassam? You're gonna see like academy kids playing. You're gonna see bench warmers playing. I'm sorry, but
it's preseason, isn't it?
But it's not even deep into preseason. If it was like the last week of preseason or the last game of preseason, I would understand. But it's gonna be a thing where you're just gonna have kids playing. Like that's it.
Right. It's not for you.
Ain't nothing friendly about it.
Once again,
these games are not for us, though, just so you lot know.
It's not for you guys. Hussam, imagine if a game was in Qatar for a preseason friendly with Liverpool and Manchester United, and you can go watch that. Imagine it's like that. It's for the fans in that area that can go see.
Fam, you're missing the point. Whether it's in Qatar, whether it's in Jordan, whether it's in Saudi Arabia, I'm not trying to see Liverpool play Man United in a friendly. That's not a friendly. It's a big game, bro. No one's trying to see a friendly game between the two biggest rivals in the country.
I don't want to see my club. I agree with that, because we played United in America a few seasons ago. And I don't. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie here. I don't even particularly like the Community Shield, because I don't see it as that important. But I still don't want to fucking lose to Liverpool. But no, neither of us will take it that season. I'm fully with you, because it's a friendly, so we know that our first team are not going to play. But if we lose, it's still fucking annoying.
It's still United, yeah.
Real quick. Big up fucking Gio. You gotta put it up, please, man. Big up Gio.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly the same.
It's not the first time I've seen him do this.
These super chats that come through like this are insane.
The support that Gio has shown is incredible for the show. He said, "Big up Igal. Vibes from the Six is always lit. I always have my popcorn ready for the show. Arsenal are cooking like the hibachi grill. Cheers. Big up yourself, man. Thank you for tuning in."
Big up Gio. If you guys don't know, Gio messages me, and he always messages support. So big up to Gio, man. It doesn't matter if it's Twitter Spaces, YouTube videos, whatever it is. He's always supporting. Big up Gio.
Big up Gio, man. Big up Gio.
Everyone in the comments.
You're helping pay our weekly wages, all 5 of us. So big up Gio.
Wait, we get paid? Hey, wait a goddamn minute. Nobody told me about this.
Mojo, you ain't got your first check yet? Oh, wow. You got paying you.
You get paid in subscribers. Get a channel and you'll get paid in subscribers from people that subscribe.
It is what it is. I'll take that advice.
Guys,
I'll take that advice.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back quickly, because Alan and Mojo haven't given their take on Arsenal. So Mojo, what do you think about Arsenal's transfer window so far, bro?
And step in the right direction for Arsenal. Look, you guys have been trusting the process for a very long ass time. Some of you have given up on this club, then gotten hope again. Some of you have been like, you know what, I give up until Arsenal show me something to care about. I don't care. Some of you've just been like, you know what, it is what it is. We're gonna ride this storm. We're gonna go wherever this club goes. we're going to be there for it. And Arsenal finally feel like it's a club that is, in my opinion, starting to do the steps that are necessary to actually compete again. What this means in terms of their competitiveness and how they will do maybe next season is a whole different story. Because at the end of the day, a transfer window can be judged based on just the signings that you've made, but how well they gel together, how well they play, how well they handle the pressure that will be on them. That's a whole different story. My biggest thing coming out of this, if I'm honest with you, is that I'd like to see Arsenal fans raise their standards and really call things out when they need to be called out. Why? Because you're finally making the right sort of signings that actually allow you to elevate the club to where it needs to be at the very least. But if the manager then doesn't deliver upon whatever the expectations are, you don't excuse him. I feel like this manager has now been backed way more than other managers. Way more than other managers. And we have to call it as it is. And because he's been backed with time and with money, we need to call it out. Other than that, great signings for Arsenal. Let's see where this goes.
Okay, we gotta go.
I actually hate Dizzy, man.
Yeah, this is hilarious. By the way, this is why people are laughing.
Baba said,
why is he making you moving like a legend? Okay. Bring it
I
back.
got Toby, man.
Bringing it back. Doc LFC said, Man City aren't appreciating Jesus by not matching Arsenal's. I'm so confused.
He's basically saying,
1 second. They're appreciating him, my friend, by letting him go for a reasonable price. That is appreciating the player.
Listen, you're spot on with that, bro. 100%.
Similar to how Liverpool appreciated Mane's decision to leave and they let him go for a reasonable price.
Yeah. It's the same as Zeko. When we let Zeko go, it's the same thing. Sometimes when a player, when a player is
fake love to me.
When a player is put that much into your team, never moans, and you're getting like. Also, let's be clear. We also have to get rid of. We have to cut down our wage bill a bit with people coming in. You have to let people go. If we kept him now, how much would he play next season? And I think Pep's got way too much respect for him after the fact he's been at our club playing second fiddle and putting in performances, working his arse off, leading the press. Sometimes you just have to go, do you know what? Go and do your thing elsewhere. And you lot
Dabs is spot on. Dabs and Igal both are right. Bro, not everything is about respect. And by the way, they respect Jesus because they want to let him go play first team football. There's a World Cup coming up. Like, he isn't... You do realize with Haaland and Alvarez coming in, like, when are you going to play Jesus? Away at Stockport in the Carabao Cup? Like, come on, man. Like, you have to give him an opportunity. And at Arsenal, he's probably going to be the starting striker week in, week out. So they do respect him by letting him go, actually.
And also probably letting him go to Arteta as well, because there's probably something where they know that he is going to be treated correctly.
As in, this is to sweeten the Saka deal that might happen in a year from now? Is that what we're saying? I'm just asking. These are tough
I'm not involved in that. I'm not involved.
Conversations. Let's have them.
I personally think the Saka thing, if you want to talk about it, I think this shows the level of ambition that people have been saying show as a club in a while. We haven't shown this level of ambition. And if you're showing this type of ambition where you're going to go and get Jesus, Raphinha, improve the midfield, improve the defense, the players are going to take note and they're going to be like, you know what? Maybe this is a good place to stay for the foreseeable future.
100%. And if you don't finish in the top 4 and don't win Europa League,
doesn't mean anything.
Not Saka, Martinelli, all of these guys ain't going to play Europa League football another year. So let's not do that.
I feel like I need to start making notes of things instead and clipping it already.
That is a valid point.
I'm just being honest.
That's not even.
That's what I was trying to say in it, but it's not taken nicely from a Chelsea fan.
Dabs, I'm gonna start writing down episodes and minutes.
I've got a whiteboard in him. I might start.
All I'm saying is if this guy leaves next summer, we do have a right wing slot open. And if you don't get Champions League football,
and you're taking your potential Mo Salah replacement before you even can get
who?
Yeah,
brother. You know what we offered for Raphinha? Swap deal with Minamino. No one's taking that shit, bro. So, like, let's not go there.
I think there's relevance to that, though.
No money, though.
You know what? Sorry, just quickly.
Is that because Liverpool have no money, though, Hussam? Is that the reason why, though?
We have money. We're choosing to not spend it.
Save the Liverpool chat for Liverpool.
I just want to double check.
Alan, what are you saying? Let's end it off with you.
So, Igal's friends me because he wants me. Hold on, no.
I have a graph ready if you go the wrong way.
That's going to be his intro on his channel. Alan.
No.
Jan Bertong.
Wanted to meet. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey,
Go on,
listen,
Alan.
Remember the goal
No,
he
no,
scored
go
away
on,
at
Alan, go on,
Anfield?
Alan,
That
go
was
on,
a
Alan.
fantastic
Right.
finish.
No. So yeah, shut up.
Spence.
Anyway, so Gael's thrown to me last because he thinks I'm going to be bitter about it. But I actually really like the business that Arsenal are doing, and I'll tell you for why. Because the way everyone's gassing these signings and who you're going to have next season, you've got no more excuses. You've got no more excuses. When it goes inevitably wrong and you don't get Champions League and you don't win Europa League and all that, you don't do that, it's no more excuses. Arteta's finally going bye-bye. Or you might just believe in the process for another year and spend another 200 million at it. That's what it's going to be. You're making good signings, Premier League proven. Like I say, Jesus is a decent striker. I don't think he's the quality that you need to get the 20, 25 goals a season. Raphinha is a quality player. Can you? Yeah, let me talk. Now that's Alex, as the other Spurs fan. I don't think Raphinha's the quality that's going to. I mean, who's he going to go in ahead of? Is he going to go ahead of Martinelli? I think Martinelli's just as good. I think Martinelli
is going to start on the right. Saka's going to play on the left. Because if you don't know, let me just tell you, Saka in the academy was playing on the left. Saka, when he first came into the team, was playing on the left. Saka, his second season, was playing on the left. Only last season where he was predominantly playing on the right.
Raphinha can play on the left, man. He'll go on the left.
Listen,
exactly, and he's going ahead of Martinelli.
It doesn't matter who plays. We just need quality in the team, guys. We don't have enough.
Okay,
So, Alan, the question is he an upgrading quality to what they already have in the left wing or the right wing?
I think Martinelli's just as good, and that's the thing. If Raphinha comes in and displays Martinelli, and you don't get what you want, Martinelli's going bye-bye. He's going next season.
Is Richarlison better than him?
So it's good. Hey, what?
Richarlison better than him?
Hold on,
but the Richarlison one is different because he's going.
Egal's trying to start some shit. You already know.
Egal's finally.
I knew this was going to happen tonight. I knew this. Arsenal.
Who's better, Raphinha or Richarlison? Ooh.
Egal. It's nice to
smell it.
It's never peaceful.
Yo, guys,
Egal.
look, we got another compliment, man, saying B-Tech.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
We appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you.
Man.
Still watching.
Make sure you hit the like while you're hating.
Yeah, exactly. No. So it's nice that Egal's finally found his voice because the last show I saw you on, when you lost to Newcastle, it kind of broke and you almost cried. So it's nice to know you found your voice now. So,
you've done shows. Hold on, Alan. You've done shows with him since then. You've done shows with him.
The season has ended, Alan.
No,
There's no need for this.
Don't do that.
1 second.
Alan made it clear who his allegiance is with.
Run with it.
I haven't forgot last season. I know his allegiance is with, so I know who mine is with. Okay.
Alan, if you're gonna recycle the same old joke, I've already been cooked for this 100 times, so you're recycling.
I'll recycle it as much as I want. It's fine. It's okay. People recycle the recycle the Vertonghen joke. It's fine.
But like we laugh as well every time you recycle.
In being serious, in being serious, like I said, I won't judge Vieira because I didn't know about him before he got there. I'm not going to lie. I don't watch the Portuguese league. If he hits the ground running and is a talent, then fair play. You've got talent still. Nobody else was in for him. You know, Raphinha for me is not an update on Martinelli. And Jesus isn't the striker, but you guys are hyping about it, so it's all good. You know, if you do get all the players you want and you go into next season with 2 in every position, then you're basically not got any excuses left. You're going to be challenged. If you don't get in the Champions League, then what's the excuse going to be this time?
Okay, just to let you guys know, Dizzy, for the production of the show, can you please
brother said weed.
Okay, 1 second.
I ain't seen it.
1 second, chill. Anyways, Tottenham with UCL poll. Tottenham with UCL have no poll. Arteta may go Arteta may go top manager. Be good with the squad. With this squad, definitely, he definitely could become a top manager with this squad. But at the end of the day, we have to see it before we can say that.
I think what you mean is Arteta may go, but this squad is like going to be good for whoever comes in as well. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is, I think, it's a fair point to make.
Yeah, it's
like literally, this is going to be a stronger squad for any manager to come
good
in
age as well. Solid. They're not like 31-year-olds or nothing.
100%. And just to let everyone know that honestly, the support on the channel has been absolutely amazing. We got 320 people already watching and 109 likes already. If you guys can do me a favor, continue to hit that like button. And the question for today in the chat is actually, which club do you think will do the best business this summer? The options are Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, or other. And that other includes every other club. So let's
don't put Chelsea in
there.
Sorry,
can you answer the question? What's the question?
Which club do you think the best transfer business this window?
Liverpool.
Liverpool should be included in that.
Why
but I
the
hear you.
fuck is
Liverpool are
Hey,
included.
we're not part of this race. I just want to let you lot
And
know.
Sam, you're lying. You're lying when you say that.
Anyway.
I ain't lying at all.
I've watched
That's you're a subscriber.
Anyways.
You've seen my shit. I ain't lying.
Yeah,
Anyways.
so you don't believe that it's Liverpool. That's
Anyways,
what I'm saying.
guys,
Trust me,
since
you
we're
Yeah,
don't.
that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about-
They shouldn't be included in that poll to
Oh,
begin
right,
with.
Okay,
yeah.
let's-
then
We're
let's-
having a
segue-
shit window.
One second. I was gonna talk about Liverpool at the end, but if you want to talk about it now, I think this would be a quick segment. So what do you want to say,
Sam.
Lusa?
To Sam.
Bro, listen.
Check out his channel. This is football.
My man,
Look,
wallahi,
like I've been talking a lot about our transfer window. A lot of people have been calling me negative.
One thing, I sat down, I was cooking, and I had your stream on in the background. Wallahi, I was crying. The guy literally repeated the same thing 50 times. Guys, he stopped and said, write it down 100 times. Thiago Alcantara will not get injured. Thiago Alcantara will not get injured.
I told them, listen, take pen and paper, write down Thiago Alcantara will not be fit all season. Thiago Alcantara will not be fit all season. Wake up in the morning, read it to yourself 100 times. Listen, I'm just gonna be honest. Look, at the start of the window, a lot of people called me negative, blah blah blah. Hussam this, Hussam that. There's a new insult as well. You're being negative for views. So like a lot of people called me negative and stuff. Now I promise you, I shit you not. I can literally show you screenshots. People are waking up DMing me. Hussam, you were right. Hussam, this is a joke. Hussam, I see what you're saying. Hussam, I see the vision right now. I'm not convinced. And I feel like there's a reason why we're the nearly club in the Premier League. It's because we're the nearly club in the transfer window. Every time, and I use this analogy and I'm going to use it again, every summer it's like, okay, make me the perfect chocolate cake. This summer, I'm not going to give you chocolate. Next summer, I'm not giving you flour. Summer after that, I'm not going to give you the eggs. Summer after that, I'm not going to give you the oven. Every time we go in with a piece missing and then act surprised that we finish second. Like every single time we go in with a piece missing. If I look at it, if we actually have taken transfer windows seriously, and I fully believe we could have easily won 3 league titles in the last 6 years, 2 league titles minimum in the last 6 years. We just mess around a bit.
Bro.
We just mess around a bit too much in the transfer windows. Always go like a piece short, a player short, and here's the thing as well. Like, look, my thing is as follows: Liverpool Football Club. Anyone who has watched us, even for a period of 5 games, will tell you there's one glaring weakness in the team, and that's midfield. There's no shock that our best run in the league came when Fabinho and Thiago were both fit. We played an incredible run for 4 months, and that was like our best time in the league. When you go look back, I've said this so much, I've memorized it. The games we've dropped points in: Ox, Fabinho, Henderson; Curtis Jones, Fabinho, Henderson; Milner, Henderson, Fabinho; Morton, Keita, Henderson. It's just like every single time, it's crystal clear to see. Whenever Thiago and Fabinho do not play together, we're dropping points. Why? Because we have Mr. Number 14 who starts on that right central midfield slot, who is just, hoofball, back post crosses, just the same old shit over and over. And we crystal clear we need an improvement in midfield. And I'm going to just say this right here, right now. And I'm going to just be as honest as possible. If
Are we
Liverpool
allowed to be a
Football
good community? Oh, no, sorry. I thought you finished.
If Liverpool Football Club do not sign a midfielder, before a ball has been kicked, I'm conceding the league title already. I refuse to get drawn in. Why should I lie to myself? Why should I convince myself that it's a possibility? It's not a possibility. You don't address your glaring weakness in the team. You already know Thiago's going to get injured. You already know Fabinho might get injured. You already know all that shit. You're not going to address the glaring weakness in the team. You're not going to win the league. As simple as that. So that's just a matter of fact. I have no interest in hypotheticals in which Thiago is going to be fit for 38 games when he's never been fit for 38 games his whole career. I have no interest in hypotheticals where we have no money, because we are swimming in money, but we're choosing to not spend it. Kalvin Phillips, 42 million would have improved us. Bissouma, less than 30 million would have improved us. Tielemans, less than 30 million would have improved us. There's 100 million. Paqueta you could go get from Lyon would have improved us. There's 100. Inter are dying for money. They're begging for money. Their fans are tweeting on Twitter asking us to buy merchandise to save their football club. If you go slap 80 million for Barella, they're accepting it. Suddenly it's a totally different argument. Now with Mane out, Nunes in, we're still gonna have to see how that develops. So for me personally, if we don't sign a midfielder, we ain't winning no league. There's no title race. Just give it to Manchester City. Take your second spot. And then all the people who will call me negative will come back in March and say the same old shit. Oh, we're competing against an oil-owned club. Oh, we competed. We pushed City. I'm not interested. I want to get the gold medal. I'm not interested in silver medals anymore. And us fucking around in transfer window, it's just going to cost the same shit over and over and over and over. And if you want me to keep going, I can keep going, because Salah's contract is another problem. If Salah leaves this summer, we immediately become a top 4 club as well. So
Wait
What
a minute.
about this
Salah,
guy?
I
What
thought
about
Salah
this
was
guy
signing the
from
contract
Japan?
though. What happened?
One second.
In
Mo's
January.
on smoke from the end of
One
last
second.
Bro,
season.
You're
in
linked to a
January, bro.
midfielder.
You said to me in
Yo,
January it was
Husam,
getting signed, bro.
1 second.
Only
yo,
the announcement was left.
You're linked to a midfielder, Husam. This guy Octavio. Octavio. I don't know.
Don't
Yeah,
even
what
know his name.
What do you know about him?
he's more like a right midfielder though, but like he could play a right centre midfielder. But
What do you know about him, Miguel?
it's not like a real link though.
We need to get one of those Arsenal fans. We need to get one of those Arsenal fans who, as soon as that Vieira guy signed for them, became fucking Portuguese league experts. We need to get one of them in here to tell us how he was doing in the Portuguese league, because I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I don't know anything about him. All I've heard is real quick though. All I've heard is he can play on the right wing. He can also play right centre mid. I don't know what level he is. Apparently he's not young. He's 27. I don't know much about him, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I feel like when Hussam says they need to sign a midfielder, he's talking about a quality midfielder to go in that team and start straight away. He's not talking about no, you know what I'm saying, a backup or no squad depth. He means a real midfielder who can.
There was a good question in here. To be fair, it was someone that I actually was going to call out and say, can we start making your community, if they start just trying to call man out for no reason, we just block them. But then he went and asked a good question. His name is, where is it? He asked, would Liverpool take Jong?
Who, Frenkie? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, 100%.
And
I would take him happily tomorrow. You know, you could, and he's versatile as well. He could play the 8, he could play the 6, you could play him in a double pivot if you need to. You could play him in a lone 6 if you're playing against like a low block team, maybe the bottom 8. So absolutely, I would take Frenkie de Jong, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
I hear it, but it's
not gonna happen.
Hey, guys, look at what Dizzy said. I know about Octavio. I've been watching him since he was 15.
Dizzy, you're a menace, man.
That sounds bad, bro.
Also said Hussam, Xhaka's available. You can have him on a free. I'm not gonna
Corey, first of all, thank you for sending in a super chat. Second of all, there's a line I want to cross. Like, obviously, I'm not saying get in Xhaka or just like Scott McTominay and think we're gonna win the league. Like, come on, man. Stop.
Okay.
Stop, man.
Okay. Anyone
Billy
want
Gilmore,
I think there's another dynamic. I think there's another dynamic that people haven't really spoken about yet when it comes to Liverpool. Of course, Núñez is good business, but what does that do in terms of a system? Because we keep talking about a midfielder, and I honestly believe more than anything, if Liverpool, why is my camera just falling off? If Liverpool want to make
just like your club, fellow.
Joe, I set myself up for that one. I set myself on that. No, but seriously, if Liverpool are to use Núñez to the best of his ability, I feel like a number 10 is needed, a creative number 10, a system change is needed, and they need someone to be supplying, because he won't be getting supplied from the wings the way he would in other systems across the planet, because the wingers themselves are going to be goal scoring. So I feel like people aren't talking enough about the fact that the midfielder that Liverpool needs to be someone that's, I don't think it's just one. They need someone to do that Henderson role. They need someone to do that Thiago role. And they also need a creative attacking midfielder that can jump in there and create chances for the big man up top. Because if that doesn't happen, then I've struggled to see how you're going to be able to get the best out of him without taking away from the likes of Salah, without taking away from other people, because the system just doesn't make sense. If that Diaz is that is cap, man. Let's not.
But Hussam, do you trust Klopp though?
Yes, I do, but that's not the point.
No, but to get that money out of your board, this is, and I'm playing devil's advocate, right? Because generally Klopp gets it right. I get told he always gets it right with signings, right? Now. And I do agree that your board are fucking hard work to get them. It's weird. I don't even get your board. 1 minute they'll back him and go and get Alisson, Van Dijk, and they'll show that, yeah, we know what we need. We'll go and get them. But then, like I always say, last January, not this January, last January, you needed centre-backs and they didn't back him fairly. That was shit, right? Mm-hmm. Now they've backed him. Anyone that says they haven't backed him, Núñez, they've backed him because they've gone and spent 80 million on a player that some will say unproven. We don't know.
64 million, that's 64.
Whatever. I couldn't give a shit, right? But they've given a lot of money towards it, yeah? Now, there's no way Klopp just said, oh, can I have some money? And them lot just said, yeah, no problem. There's a load of money. He will have had to prove himself like that. He would have had to have a conversation, said, this is what this guy's going to do. This is what this guy's going to, this is the way he's going to fit in the system. Now, I'm not saying he's all you need, but there must be something behind that. Like, for me personally, I'm not certain on Kalvin Phillips, but I'm going to trust my manager. So, and I think...
you know how I feel about Phillips as well. Like, I bigged him up, you know, already. I really like him. But here's the thing. For me, I've said this, and once again, like, I'm one of the few people to just say it as this. This is not just FSG. This is not just Klopp. This is not just transfer committee. This is all three of them. And I think, you know, it's like a perfect shit marriage for us, maybe, like, when it comes to the transfer window, because Klopp likes a tight-knitted squad. He shows loyalty towards these players. And, you know, FSG don't want to spend as much money. It's just a combination of things. But I fully believe if Jurgen Klopp calls up John Henry and says, I want player X, they give him player X. So I think that's why I'm saying Jurgen Klopp is not like, he's not like an innocent man that's not getting backed. He's playing a part in this as well. And here's the thing, if we're not going to win the league next season, and which I believe we won't, then so many things so many cans of worms will get opened up. And I'm just saying it as it is, because, you know, it's funny you mentioned the last January, 18-19, we went in for Nabil Fekir in the summer. We didn't get a player like him. We just went like, we're not going to get anyone like him. And we went into that season. We lost the league by a point. The season that you're talking about, January, instead of signing Ozan Kabak from relegated Schalke and a hologram known as Ben Davies, that his highlight is the interview because he never played 5 minutes for us. If you go and you sign a serious midfield defender, you easily could go and win the league. And after that, the last summer, Manchester City went in for Harry Kane. It didn't work out for whatever reason. As Liverpool capitalized, my throat is dry from giving people names of midfielders. Last summer, I was doing videos on Frenkie, on this midfielder, on that midfielder, how this guy improves us, how that guy improves us. And you know, the fuckery thing is, we get told the same shit every summer. Oh, next summer we're going to spend big. Yeah. Next summer we're going to spend big. Next summer we're going to spend big. And it's just a cycle of bullshit, if I'm being completely honest. Because you know what's going to happen? Next summer, with, you know, supposedly, we go sign Jude Bellingham for 100 million. Then Salah might leave. And then after that, we're like, oh, we don't have enough money to replace Salah. Jota's going to be the Salah replacement. And it's just a cycle of fuckery. And, you know, that's this thing. That's why this...
Hassam, can I ask a question? This current core of Liverpool players, serious question. How long do you think they have to... How much longer do you think they have to win before it's like a serious rebuild is needed where most of this core will be gone?
That's why I'm saying next year, okay? I think next year's league title is quite important. Even mentally.
Why Monty?
Sam.
Why Monty? Anyways,
Sam, just a quick one you said there when you were speaking on the Jude Bellingham thing. Igal jumped in at some point last night on Never a Foul. I had a Liverpool fan on who was definitely the opposite side of the line to you at the moment, yeah? And he was...
Who? Tell me.
No. He's not a big content creator. He's someone that watches our channel but wanted to come on. His name was John Moore. And he got a lot of airtime, to be fair, because he was basically convinced that Jude Bellingham was like... He basically came on to argue with me that Jude Bellingham is going to Liverpool.
Basically, he said they don't need a midfielder. Jude Bellingham's coming. Don't worry.
And that was all it was. And everything I probed him on,
it was just
what
like
convinces?
This is what I fight my fan base on.
Once I started quizzing him, there was nothing convincing that, like, everything was just going round in circles. It was like, so basically, and he ended up at the very end, after 25 minutes of debating, ended up saying, well, I've got to live in hope. And that was the end of it. And it was like, oh, so all of this was just like...
Let me just stop you there. We're going to continue. Let's just go to Alan, because Alan hasn't had a say on the Liverpool thing. And then we're going to be going to Manchester United next. So everyone in the chat voted between Manchester United and Man City. They want to hear about Frenkie de Jong. So we're going to talk about that next. But Alan, go ahead. What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, the Liverpool thing's a bit strange. Like we said, the midfield's the problem area. They ain't filling it. No idea why. You got Núñez. For me, I think they may change system because they've got a target man. They got a target man up front, which is different to what Firmino and all that's been. I think he's going to do well, Núñez, but I just think you're going to fall short because you haven't addressed your main area of, your main problem area, which is midfield. Your defense is always going to be defense. The wing back's going to cause problems, as like crossing for Núñez. But yeah, it's a strange thing for Liverpool. You're one area, and you're not one area the way you're weak, and you're not correcting it. I have no idea. I think they might put a little bit too much emphasis on your youngsters in there. But for me, that's just where you're going to come on stop because Klopp can elevate people, but he can't work miracles in your midfield.
That's just a cop-out. That's just a cop-out at this point.
Can we move into United?
The whole Klopp can improve players. I'm not saying you're using it. I'm saying people will use it like, Klopp can improve players, so Vieira is going to turn into Zidane next season.
It's ironic. It's a cop out, and that's your nickname, the cop.
Just quickly, Gal, before we, Gal,
you know who found that joke funny, Alan? A bunch of
Gal, this is a 20-second thing to Sam. Sam, have you done a show on how Klopp tried to rebuild at Dortmund?
Nope.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so let's go on. AK, we got to talk about Frenkie de Jong. What's going on with Frenkie de Jong? Because I'm not sure. Fabrizio Romano today reported something, just to let everybody know. He reported that the Frenkie de Jong deal with Manchester United, direct contact between Barcelona and them. They have a verbal proposal now. And what is it? 60 million euros guaranteed. So it's 60 million plus add-ons. The original bid that was rejected, so they've added 5 million, and that's what the verbal agreement has been taking place. We haven't gotten a here you go yet, I don't think, from Fabrizio Romano.
Of course you fucking haven't. 2 weeks time, you might.
But it does look like it's going to happen. And people are asking why Barcelona need to sell the player. I heard from a Barcelona fan, they're saying even if they do get the influx of cash, they're going to still need to sell Frenkie de Jong to allow themselves to have more room to bring players in because they have a serious financial issue over there at Barcelona right now. But yeah. AK, you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Don't act like you have audio troubles now. You've been speaking
my
for
mic
40
was bugging.
minutes.
I swear to God, my mic was bugging out. I swear to God. But no, listen. Yeah, he's here, innit? I've been saying from time he's coming. It was just a matter of time.
No, he's not there yet. Just
he's here. It's done. He's coming to Manchester United. Obviously, it was a matter of time. It was just getting longed out. Apparently, there was some agent fees that Barcelona hadn't paid yet to De Jong's agent from when he joined originally, which was holding up the deal. Hella little things. But at the end of the day, there was no way, and I said this yesterday as well, I think on Daps's channel, there's no way Manchester United will chase a player the way they've chased Frenkie de Jong and not get him. But at the same time, it felt like the most Manchester United thing at the moment. Like it felt like United was going to be their club to chase a player and not get him. But yeah, we moved from that one, and now the floodgates are going to open because
for the second signing.
No, I think the floodgates will now open. I think in the space of I'd say 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks, you'll see 2 or 3 more signings come in. I think they've now that they've got the big problem one out the way, they can concentrate. And by the way, people don't understand how bad the situation at United is. They had to hire a lawyer just to sort this deal out, because they didn't have any on payroll that deal with transfers. Like it's to that level. No, we're talking lawyers. They're not even people to go out there and do deals.
Keen's brother.
That's literally what I'm talking about.
Fletcher's got kids. Do you want to holler them?
Oh, fuck off, man. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Frenkie de Jong obviously is a good signing. I think he's very, very good for the base of our midfield. As Hassam said, he can play various roles in that midfield. He can play as
anyone else also coming in?
Give me 1 second. Even though I don't prefer him as a lone six, but he is capable of playing as a lone six. He can also play in that double pivot, of course, and he can play as an advanced 8. So he's a really good utility to have in that midfield, and I am very, very happy with that. But the problem now is moving forward, what do you do? Because you've now gotten rid of your backup goalkeeper. You've, at least for the first time, I'm seeing Manchester United selling players, and those of you lot will know how rare it is to see Manchester United sell a player. So we're seeing them now selling, what's his name, to Fulham, Andres Pereira to Fulham for about 13 million, 14 million. And we're expected to see a couple more people leave. But the problem at United is, what do you prioritize? You've got too many positions to fill, and you're not going to be able to get them done this summer. So you need to understand what you can do this summer that will steady the ship enough so it won't be as bad as it was last year. And then the summer after that, you can fill in the rest of those gaps. You have a defender that you need. You have a goalkeeper that you need. You have a right back that you need. You have a right winger that you need. You still need another midfielder on top of that. That's 5 positions that you need to fill immediately or almost.
You're talking about Chelsea or you know?
No, the problem is just as bad, if not worse, over here, man. So you need to fill those 5 positions over the next. You need to fill those 5 positions over the next 2 summers, and you need to realize what you can do and what you can't do. So, in my opinion, and this is just opinion, I think Anthony will be put over the line very, very quickly as soon as this first deal is done. I also do believe that they will bring in a centre back. Who that is, I do not yet know. But
Who for?
Listen, it's got nothing to do with me.
Who's he start over?
It's got nothing to do with me yet, but we'll see when he comes in. But I think a centre back is due. I think they'll bring in a backup goalkeeper. Not too much, not too expensive, maybe 20, 30 million kind of thing. But the key position, and as we've been saying for a long, long time, is the base of that midfield. You need a number 6. You need a number 6. Frenkie de Jong isn't going to play as a lone 6. If you're going to play a double pivot, it depends. So, just real quick, I'm going to get just so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I'm just going to explain it real quick. You can have different types of defensive midfielders, as we're all aware. Ericsson,
it's too no. You can't play back.
You can have 2 types of defensive midfielders. You can have the aggressive ones, the ones that go win the ball, do all of that, and are very, very good at that, but lack in terms of progression, lack in terms of moving the ball forward and those kind of things. Or you can get the kind of defensive midfielders, and not necessarily him, but the role of the model of like a Ruben Neves, where they have the ability to do the defensive side of the work, but they're also very good at ball progression, and they're very comfortable on the ball, and they're good at moving the ball forward. They're good at holding the ball, very press resistant. I honestly believe Man United will go for that kind of a midfielder over like an Ndidi, for example, who's a destroyer, or over like a who else would there be out there? But you know, you get the gist of what I'm saying. I don't see Man United going for a destroyer. I see them going more for a technical.
Not under Ten Hag, maybe not.
Yeah, more. I see them going more for a technical, because the way he plays, obviously they defend as a unit, they defend as a team. Everyone presses, everyone does this, everyone does that. So we'll just have to wait and see, man. But for the time being, he has a lot of work to do. He's called them in from preseason early. Every single player will be back in 2 days, I think, except Harry Maguire, who's been given 2 weeks off.
Fuck off. What, the captain?
It's honestly laughable. Wallahi.
He should be asking to come back early.
Every player has been told to come back, I think, in 2 days, if I'm not mistaken, on the 28th or the 27th maybe. But of course, our captain has requested 2 extra weeks because he did get married a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday, I think it was.
Do you hate him, Bo? Do you hate him?
Do I hate him? Shall I be honest with you?
Being English,
yes, be honest.
Shall I be very, very honest with you? Shall I be very honest with you?
Just don't get us cancelled yet.
I can sit here and comfortably say, and I think I can say this comfortably, I have never in my life, since I walked this earth, hated a person that I do not know as much as I hate Harry Maguire. Never in my life. If Harry, I can't even say that because, actually no, let me not even say that. But, it's a thing where he is the epitome of what is wrong with Manchester United. Like, if you want to look at one individual and see, if you want to know what's wrong with Manchester United, look at Harry Maguire, and it will tell you everything you need to know.
Well, does it make you hate him more that? For me personally,
that he's getting married.
I thought, was it the girl that was leaning on the thing when he was talking to her and telling him about it? It probably is, but no. What I was going to say is, because when like Tottenham and England and everyone came out saying, "Oh, leave him alone, don't boo him," there was a bit of me that thought, do you know what? Actually, from a mental health side of things, maybe. But then I saw the interview where he was saying, "Listen, there's a reason why every single manager I'm one of the first names on the tee sheet." I thought, nope. You know what? All the shit I've heard about United's dressing room. You are the arrogant prick. Pogba and all these men are scapegoats for you. you're an arrogant captain. Like it hit me, and that makes me hate him even more. That this guy truly believes in himself as well. Like, and we've seen it with the ears thing.
Before I let you lot come in on United real quick, there's one more thing I need to say, because I've been seeing his name pop up in the comments quite a lot regarding Chelsea. No, in regards to Chelsea. No, chill out for a second. I've been seeing them mention Neymar over and over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying it could ever happen. I doubt it could ever happen because of the position that we're in. But if there is one player that I would say, fuck the sporting project, fuck everything that's going on, fuck the system changes, fuck everything, I just want to see him ball out, it would be Neymar. Honest to God, I do not care if a...
Wait, like, your club?
It sounds very hypocritical.
Your club?
I would, Debs, hear what I'm saying. I would concede every bit of progress that we've made to watch Neymar ball out.
Oh, sign him. United sign him right now. That is sensational. Go and sign him.
The only other player that has
and
had
that's why you've been unsuccessful.
I don't care.
Sign him now.
I don't care. Can I land? The only other player who has had this effect on me is Cristiano Ronaldo. When he signed, honestly, even though I knew it wasn't a signing footballing wise that made sense, my head was gone. It's the fact that it was Ronaldo. And I feel like the only other player that could do that to me is Neymar. But obviously it's not going to happen because of the situation that we're in. So yeah, man, that's really it. That's really it with United. Let's see where we go, man, because I do believe the floodgates will open.
Headline, Manchester United to sign Neymar. That's what I'm.
AK said it.
That's bad clickbait because no one believes it.
Anyways, so, before we go, AK said a lot. There's a lot to unpack, but I'm just gonna say Frenkie de Jong's a good signing. You guys are getting rid of a lot of players that you needed to get rid of. It looks like you're gonna be doing well, but it's not. I'm not hearing enough improvements. Like,
why are we bullying my guy AK? I spoke for longer than him. You didn't tell me I spoke long.
What? No, bro.
He said a lot.
No one's bullying.
He just spoke for 3 minutes. That's short from AK.
Okay, wallahi, you want me to tell you that is actually a lie? We started this segment 41 minutes in. We're at 50 something. Anyways,
hey, you guys didn't.
That's for the gal. That's for the gal.
Next time he tells me to speak about United, it will be a 30-second quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Nothing's quick with you, bro. Nothing's quick with you.
AK, I'm trying my best not to interrupt you because we haven't been on in a while, and we needed to hear from you. So
I had a lot to say, man. I had a lot to say. Here's what it is.
And you have to understand, Egal, like this channel is an Arsenal channel that you daily stream. So you've got that. There's not a lot you have to say that is new. Whereas us, though, there's not really that much time for us here, innit?
That's true. We're gonna be going to either City or Chelsea next. So you guys let us know which one you want to speak about next. But guys, talk to me. Man United, what do you guys think? Because Dad's already said a lot. I said a lot. You want me to start with you, Mojo?
I'll just grin to the whole. I'll grin.
I'm not sure, like I think with Man United, it seems like there's a lot happening behind the scenes and not necessarily. Oh, was someone else going before me?
No. Dab's just saying he's gonna grin. I'm like, chill, bro.
Oh, fair enough. And now I'm entirely not sure what's going on at Man United right now, which is why I find it really difficult to actually make a judgment on Man United Football Club. But at the same time, based on the type of season that they had, based on the fact that this team clearly needs to do a rebuild, they've got a new manager that has to get to know the league, that has to get to know his squad, etc. There's a lot of work at hand. And in my mind, Man United need to get it right rather than rushing decisions. So in my eyes, it's pretty much kind of like in Chelsea in just in a different circumstance, where I just think Man United Football Club really need to analyze what type of club they want to be going forward. What does the next 5 years look like, and make decisions based on where they want to be at 5 years from now. Not necessarily about, jumping the gun and saying that this season they have to do this, and you make crazy signings that unfortunately don't really gel well with what you're trying to do in the long-term picture. Because Ronaldo, in my eyes, like we said last year, shouldn't have happened, but it did. Neymar or whatever other names get presented, they need to be really careful. Like, what does Man United look like 5 years from now? Where do they want to see this team at? And if they make decisions that align with that, I think it's better for them. I think they've made the right call with the manager, and I rate the manager. The question now is, can Manchester United Football Club structure themselves accordingly to give this guy the right time and the right players to actually start making this club be where they are supposed to be? Because at the end of the day, this is supposedly the best club in England. and right now they're not behaving like it, and they haven't been for a long ass time. So to me, it's a wait and see one. I'm not really judging their transfer window so far because I want to see more.
Okay, Alan.
Yeah, I mean the young one, when it finally gets over the line, if it gets over the line, is a great signing. I've said it all along. He's the main one that needs to get in. Needs to get done quickly. But then it's also what you put around him. You can't literally put him in there and have the likes of McTominay and Fred around him. You have to have him elevate his game. So you have to do a lot more than just have him in there. I think Eriksen will go to United because Spurs apparently didn't show any interest after the initial talk. I think he'll go United. It's true.
Mate,
Only reason.
What?
Only reason. Only reason.
So I think he'll go United. So they've got him a quality player. I wish we had gone after him at Spurs. I think your defence has got problems. You know, you've got problems all over the place, and it's taken long to get players sorted and all that. I think Man United are the ones that need to move quick, like Spurs did early, and like Arsenal have done. I think Man United need to be doing things as quick as this to get things in place for the season.
It's going to take. I saw what you just did.
Yeah, they're taking time, and I think it's just going to set them back at the start of the season. I think they're going to get off to a slow start, but you know, Ten Hag's putting the Ajax badge in the sky, I call like Batman and that, and Ajax players are coming. That's what it looks like. So. Yeah, long way to continue. Ajax 2.0. Let's go.
And Hussam, finally, what do you think about United?
United are shit, man. There's this Frenkie de Jong, whoever it ain't gonna fix them, man. It's gonna take some long time to fix them. So Erik Ten Hag got his work cut out for him. I think United aren't even in contention for top 4 for me. So yeah, I don't think Frenkie de Jong fixes that. I don't think Anthony fixes that. There's a whole lot of work to be done. They still employ the people that they employ at the club, you know, the likes of Maguire, the likes of Wan-Bissaka, etc., Scott McTominay. So, you know, like Erik Ten Hag does have a whole lot of work cut out for him. So that's what I'd say.
Big up. We're going to talk about City next. And Dabs, what is that in the background, bro? You got pictures in the background. What's going on there?
What that guy? I don't know. Big, sexy, blue, robotic Viking.
Okay, talk to me about your club, man. We're going to go on to City next.
The champions of England, the top scorers in the top 5 European leagues, and have just signed Haaland and Alvarez. What do you want to know about us?
No,
we're Little City. We're a small club from Manchester.
Kalvin Phillips. What do you think about Kalvin Phillips?
Kalvin Phillips is an interesting one. I'm having conversations with City fans about him because my view was, when we do business recently, when we first won the league, we did business that was, I actually talk about, it's similar to Liverpool. The first 2 times that we won the league, our business in the following transfer windows were squad players, Rodwell, Sinclair, players like that, Fernando, and they never really hit the ground running.
Hey, what a throwback.
There were players that I don't believe.
Jack Rodwell.
Yeah, Jack Rodwell. Honestly, that's a throwback.
This is the thing. I felt like they came in and they were coming in for a wage, maybe to get a trophy with like 4 games or something, or 5 games, however many you need to get a trophy, but never really felt they could push the players we had. Recent years, we've changed and we only buy players that are going to push the players that are in the starting 11. And with Haaland, obviously, with Alvarez, I believe that. With Phillips, and I could be completely wrong, so this isn't me knowing Phillips or anything about Phillips too tough, but I question with how good Rodri is in that Pep system, I just question if Phillips is coming thinking, I'm gonna push Rodwell. How can you, in that Pep system, how can you come and think you're... However, 1 or 2 City fans have said to me, defensively he's very good, but his long ball game is very strong as well. He can really spray a ball. Now with Haaland that likes to run onto a long ball, okay, now I can understand. And obviously with the amount of games we play, Joao Felix release clause is 350 million, right?
100.
I don't even know it.
Someone Googled it yesterday on a stream and came back with 350 million, because I'm wondering why other teams aren't being linked with this guy. But I only presume it's because of the...
No, but Spanish clubs always do that, Daps. They make a crazy release clause. So
why aren't other teams talking about in them? That's what
but here's the thing. Basically, they don't want a repeat of the Neymar situation. So that's why now you see players like Vinicius Jr., his release clause is 1 billion. Now, that does not mean that you need to pay 1 billion to buy him. For example, if he's up for sale 2 summers from now and someone pays 100 million, Madrid could accept it. The reason why this whole release clause shit is happening in Spain is because of the Neymar situation. PSG paid Neymar's release clause, so now it's allowing. They didn't want it to turn into a thing where, like, okay, if we put in a release clause of for example, 100 million on Joao Felix, then said club can come in any summer and trigger that release clause, and Joao Felix can leave whether we like it or not. So now they're putting like unrealistic numbers when it comes.
It's just when in this summer where we all know, like, the fact that people are going for over the odds, like with Sterling and Jesus. I rate both of them very highly. I've spoken them on far too many streams. But with a year left on their contract, before this transfer window, I wouldn't expect to get 50, 60, 45 million for someone with 1 year left on their contract. But because of the state of the transfer window, the state of how many clubs need forward players are going for more. And I'm just wondering why no one is talking about Joao Felix. Because everyone says there's no strikers out there, that once Haaland's gone, once Mbappe's gone, for me, Joao Felix is very, very, very good and can play multiple roles. But no one's speaking about him. So I think Chelsea.
I think it's because his deal would be a complicated one to kind of accomplish. Right. It's not like a deal that is very easy to deal with, because when you know that a player has got as long of a contract as he does at Atletico, and Atletico are not necessarily saying we are ready to sell him out there, so that it reduces the price that maybe you can go in the negotiation table, it means that you're a bit of a difficult sort of predicament, unless the player then makes it clear. And his agent, is his agent Mendes, or am I making this up?
I think it is. I think it's Mendes. I think you're right.
Well,
that's interesting. Well, there we go. I actually spoke to Matisse about this on a previous stream.
Yeah.
The whole Ronaldo thing. So last year, it was rumored that City wanted Ronaldo. No, Mendes was meeting with City to talk about Bernardo Silva. So now Chelsea are being linked with Ronaldo. Probably Mendes is there to talk about other players, believe a Milan player and whatever. Yeah. And so someone throws it, but there's another one. So I'm just the only reason I pulled up Joao Felix is someone mentioned him. So
I think he's a good player, by the way. I just think he made the wrong decision.
Anyone. Like
he's on that death row contract.
But exactly. Yeah. So he made the wrong decision.
Go on, Igal, his agent.
The agency is Soccer Pro Master. Is that Mendes's?
I don't know.
I believe it's linked with him.
Okay. Mendes is definitely getting active this window, though.
But see, this is what I mean. Like, it's a complicated deal. Like, even when Atletico signed him, they signed him on this some sort of, like, the Atletico didn't have the money they paid out, basically. Let's put it that way to you guys. So the way his ownership and stuff works is very complicated. So when a club goes into that, they're going to have to figure out how to get the ownership of the player, image rights, all of that stuff. So what may look like to us, 100 million on the table, is actually far more complex than that behind the scenes. So maybe that's why clubs are not necessarily running towards this guy at this moment in time, and you're better off waiting for that contract to run down, or waiting for the player to make some sort of big announcement, so that then in the negotiation table, maybe things do become easier. Because right now, as things stand, he's stuck. And he should have never.
That's the way it seems. And he
signed a contract till 2027, by the way.
Yeah, was it 7-year contracts or something?
So Atletico are literally under zero obligation to sell, like 2027.
But I don't even feel sorry for him, guys. That's the worst part.
Mad.
He signed it.
Feel sorry for him, because do you know why? These players, they need to really look at what sort of career they want to have, and you need to sign for managers that complement what type of player you're actually trying to be. When you're looking at Atletico Madrid, Felix could have never thought for one moment this is the team that gets the best out of you. There are so many other teams you could go to, and this is the team he chose. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not out here saying like he should have chosen like a Chelsea, because even Chelsea at the time was not the correct club for him. But what he should have done is look at the options you have, and if the right option is not there, wait, and don't freaking sign a contract like 7 years, bro. What the hell? 2027.
Can I just add one thing before Daps carries on? The Felix thing, the reason why it's a problem for Felix himself, Mojo is spot on, by the way, because he signed that contract, so he's going to be responsible. The thing is, Atletico paid 100 million to get him anyway, so they're not going to sell him for 100 million. So he's in a whole complex shit situation, because Atletico are going to recoup want to recoup money on him. So they're not going to sell him for any penny less than 150 for me, in my opinion, 140. They're not going to sell him for anything less than that. And the contract that he signed, guys, we're in 2022. There's still 5 years of that contract left. Like, do you understand?
That's
like,
mad. Oh well, that's mad.
Atletico literally have zero reason to sell him if someone doesn't pay up some real money. And the shit that Mojo said is so true, because I think it was Benfica involved in like some sort of thing, and there's another thing like involved with it. It's just a whole lot of nonsense, man. So okay, guys, 4 years, 5 years. Point is, 4 years left on the contract.
If I'm not mistaken, his image right is split 3 ways right now. If I'm not bugging.
Yes.
See what I mean? Just complicated as hell,
his
bro.
image rights is split 3 ways right now. It's split between himself,
who's his eight? Whoever's advising him.
He owns a small percentage of it.
Harry Kane's brother.
Was it Benfica where he came from? They still own a percentage of it, and Atletico own a large chunk of it as well. So yeah, his shit is just it's a different level, man.
It's messy.
But this is why money. Go ahead.
No, finish on Felix. Carry on.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to say was this is why when young players are shown money, you don't run necessarily towards the money. You need to look after your career. Let's be frankly honest, guys. A footballing career is not as long as people make it out to be. It's very short. That's if providing even that you don't get any injuries or any sort of madness happening to you. So for that reason alone, you've got to look after it. Don't let these agents and these clubs fool you into things that actually take away from what sort of career that you can have.
Bro, 7 years is an average footballing career, bro. 7 years is average football. Bro, come on, man. How long do players really play for?
It's so hard to empathize.
Bro,
like,
Loftus-Cheek is like...
Let's not talk about it, mate. Let's not talk about it.
Guys, while we're talking about City, I also want to get into outgoings because that's linked to Chelsea.
That's what I want to talk to you mainly, to be fair. So
go for it, brother.
Firstly, there's 193 people in here.
No,
sorry, 460 and only 193 likes. So let's get that ratio up, these people. Sorry, let's get that ratio a lot higher. It's very free. Don't need no super chats, none of that. Just smash the like button. Yeah, Cucurella hopefully will come in. Then I think that will be our incomings. Now, outgoings. I would stop every single incoming apart from Haaland and Alvarez right now if it means that Bernardo Silva stays put. Right? Let me put that out there straight away. Barcelona, stay the fuck away. We've done you too many favors. Keep De Jong. Do whatever the hell you want. Don't come near Bernardo Silva. Leave him alone. Gabriel Jesus, congratulations. I get it. One of my favorite players, and I will do a video talking about my favorite moments and whatever else, but I get it. He needs to go on. He needs to secure his place for Brazil. And as long as you man look after him, we're all behind it. But you man have to not turn on him and not do none of them Arsenal fan movements.
You don't have to worry about that now.
And then Raheem Sterling. And that is my talking point because I'm trying to understand the Raheem Sterling move. And I'm trying to understand it, not from City's point of view, because I think from City's point of view, it's, you know what, if you man want to pay us some money, because he's going to go, if Raheem and people that are saying, Raheem, City should try and sign Raheem. City should try and get him to sign a new contract. Listen, people, we've been trying to get Raheem Sterling to sign a new contract for about 1.5 years, okay? Raheem Sterling is not signing a new contract because the same reason Mane didn't, the same reason someone just said, footballers' careers are very short. Raheem Sterling is 27 years old. This contract right now is his big boy contract, yeah? So he's not unhappy at City. And people that say, he's been pushed out, he isn't. You look at his game time last season, he still starts for City. Unless it's De Bruyne, Edison, or maybe Rodri, you can't tell me City's main players that are cemented in every game. Sterling still starts. But he's going to, at 27 years old, he's going to look out there and see what offers are on the table. And this is where I start to struggle with it. He's on 300 grand a week. What are Chelsea offering him? Are they offering him 350 a week?
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
That's the first thing for me. Because for me, Raheem Sterling is cemented in the England squad to go to the World Cup. He don't need to go and get game time to get Southgate to pick him. We know how Southgate moves. So then I think, okay, from Raheem Sterling's not from Raheem Sterling's point of view, from Chelsea's point of view. Are Chelsea buying a striker? Because that answers me. If Chelsea buy a striker, I get it. get it 100%, changes everything. If Chelsea do not buy a striker, I don't understand this move, right? Because I'm not going to pull up a slide, but I've done a slide and it goes Sterling's numbers, right? And when he's playing with Aguero, the numbers do not lie, right?
Yeah, they were high.
Goals and assists, right?
Yeah,
because the minute Aguero's left, his numbers have dropped. Now, I'm not a GA merchant, but it is relevant. And Sterling's key, like, although everyone thinks, oh, Sterling's fast. No, Sterling's key game is finding pockets of space that are left when you have a number 9 that defenders are marking. He will, when everyone's running forward, he'll drop 2 yards back and find a pocket of space, get a tap in. That's what he does. You do not want Sterling on a one-on-one. You don't want that because he'll overthink it and it won't come good. So if you get a striker, makes perfect sense to me. If you don't, and you think Sterling left, Dembele right, and Havertz through the middle, it's not going to work, bro. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. And that's what I want to know. And if you pay Sterling 350 grand, when you then go to buy a striker, what are you going to have to pay that striker?
God knows. God knows. At this point, things are very uncertain at Chelsea in terms of we're being linked with a lot of players. We're monitoring a lot of players. We're interested in a lot of players. Thomas Tuchel is a fan of a lot of players, but there's nothing that is a done deal for us to even know what the picture even looks like. So for me, I find this deal or this link in particular very strange. I feel like it's more of an opportunity for both people. Like, in other words, Chelsea are going to lose players that are in our forward line, and therefore they're going to be looking at someone. And Man City's Raheem Sterling is in that situation where he's in the last year of a contract. He probably wants to make sure that whatever next contract he signs is some contract that is worth what his final contract would be. And I look at it as this way, if I'm honest with you. If we sign Raheem Sterling, to me, it would make more sense if we fix our creative issues. Raheem Sterling, for me, is not a creator. As much as I understand that his numbers were high, he's not someone that I look as the guy that will go past, 3 plays and then assist the strike or whatever. That's not necessarily.
He'll get to the byline and pull it back. He'll get to the byline.
Yeah, that's what I see. And honestly, from that perspective, I get it. But what you need is players that are actually going to do the grind of it. And if we cannot address that either with a player or we can address that with the overall team structure, then I'm happy to sign someone like Raheem Sterling, because why would you say no? I think he's an England international. He's a player with a point to prove. He's a player that will be literally looking at this move as a move to try and actually maybe get one over Man City in a way. Not necessarily to say Man City don't want him, but the fact of the matter is, at Man City, his requirements have become less and less as time has gone on.
Pep, that's a mad take, though. I think Pep respects him because
no, I'm not saying he doesn't respect him. What I'm saying is, he's not used and he's not as important as he was once. And that's fair to say, because let's be frankly honest. I think when you look at it, like, I'm so not used to seeing Raheem Sterling on the bench for Man City, but I have, like, more often than not in the last 2 years. It's something that I have become more accustomed to. And I don't think Raheem Sterling is looking at that and thinking...
It's the most competitive squad in the world, bro.
And I get it. Yeah.
But here's the thing. With Haaland arriving, he's got a striker again. So then do his numbers improve? Because now he's playing off a striker again.
I think it could, but
it's just a mad one. I honestly, I did a show and said make it make sense, because I'm just mind blown.
1 second, let other guys jump in quickly. AK Alan.
About Chelsea, real quick. Okay. I got no. You go, Alan.
Yeah, no. For me, I agree. I don't understand what the Raheem Sterling one. It doesn't make sense to me. Especially like you said, with Haaland coming in, you got somebody, a target man to hit now. Because with Jesus, it was all like tiki taka, and I think you got a person to hit now, so it doesn't stand. And going to Chelsea, Raheem Sterling hasn't regressed that much. He's still a quality player, quality ability on the ball. He's got end products. He's a league winner and all that. He can produce some big games. I just don't. For me, I do not understand this transfer going to Chelsea. It could be all down to contract, but with Chelsea at this moment in time, with problems like with the finances and the takeover and that, can they really go beyond? I didn't even know it was 300 grand. I don't think they can go more than that. So for me, I'm confused as to what's going on there. But if Chelsea get him, it's a bonus to Chelsea, because Sterling is not not a bad player at all. He's for me still at one of the highest levels. And going to Man City, if you get Correa, I will be pissed at that transfer. I want him at Spurs so bad. I think he's a great player. I'm forgetting him, and I think what is it? How much is it for? Supposed 40 million?
I think Brighton are going to hold out because they've already sold Bissouma. I think they'll hold out and hold out. I think it'll be more than 40 million, to be honest.
But quality player, I think he'll improve Man City no end. So I'm annoyed at that transfer. Good. And for me, Chelsea, if they do get Sterling, I don't understand it, but it's a great bit of business.
Okay.
Especially if it's 35 mil, guys. When I had 35, I was like, yo, I don't even care. All logic was lost, but I don't think it's going to be 35 mil.
No, how much was Jesus, Igal?
45 mil.
Yeah, so Sterling's not going to be 35.
About Chelsea, this is the thing for me with Chelsea. I feel like a lot of what Chelsea's doing will depend on what system they want to play next season.
Yeah.
From the way Thomas Tuchel's targeting defenders, it looks like he wants to bring in 2 centre-backs. And that tells me, I personally believe he understands that Thiago is not going to be able to play every single game. And I think we're going to see them transition to a back four finally. And I think when they transition to a back four, the priorities change. Because now a DM becomes a priority for them, which I believe will be Declan Rice. And I also believe a creative player, because I think that's what Chelsea lack more than anything, is creativity. You can bring in a striker, you can bring in Raheem Sterling, you can bring in whoever you want. If you do not bring a creative midfielder in, nothing will change. So I don't know. It's weird. I see Sterling and I think I kind of agree with what Daps is saying. Like, he said it perfectly. Raheem Sterling without a number 9 isn't Raheem Sterling. It's not the guy that we watched and we thought, yo, this guy is sick. He needs a number 9 to create those spaces for him, to create those pockets for him that he can find. And he needs a striker that's good with link-up play. There's very specific things that Aguero did that suited him perfectly. Now, if he goes to Chelsea and Chelsea end up playing a front three, for example, of a Havertz in a false 9 and Dembele and him on the 2 wings, I'm going to look at that and think, where exactly are the goals coming from? Because Kai Havertz is a very, very good player. And I think Kai Havertz is probably the most creative player that they have at the moment, in my opinion. And him dropping deeper to supply these two, it will not work because these two aren't natural goal scorers. Neither of them are natural goal scorers that I would put in front of goal. So it's just a bit weird, man. I still don't think Chelsea know what they're doing 100. Not in terms of like, oh, they have no idea what they're doing, but I still think Chelsea are trying to figure out what they're going to be doing next season in order for them to go and buy profiles that fit what they're going to be doing. So Thomas Tuchel needs to figure it out quickly because there is going to be a lot of eyes on him next season.
There's a lot that we need to unpack right now. So with City, we've kind of touched on a lot of the outgoings for City, but then Chelsea, there's a lot more to Chelsea. There's the defenders. You're linked to De Jong. You're linked to
Delict. You mean Delict?
Delict. I mean, you're linked to Delict. You're linked to Kunde, and you're linked to Koulibaly. There's so many other things that we also need to touch on. But Hussam, what are you saying?
On Chelsea?
You can
Hey, be nice, bro. Why are you laughing? Be nice.
Mo, you haven't been nice since the season ended. You've been on smoke.
I agree. You ain't been nice all season, to be honest with you, Mo. You know.
Hey, my club was Chelsea. I don't know what to tell you guys. I had to have a bit of fun, man. I'm sorry.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Hussam, I was seeing some wild takes on your video earlier where people were saying Chelsea could finish 6th. I was like, what?
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Before Hussam goes, can I just say?
By the way, I like the fact
that we're being. Can I just say one thing real quick before you go?
I like this.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing real quick. Thomas Tuchel, if we were to believe the reports that are coming out, Thomas Tuchel's actually a terrorist. He's trying to sign all these wingers to play them wing backs, and it's fucking jarring, bro. We're hearing he wants to sign Raphinha to play him at right wing back. He wants to go get Dembele and somehow shift him to a wing back position.
Hey, did Thomas Tuchel say this himself?
No, but again, these are credible reports that are coming out. If these are true reports and he actually wants to play these players as wing backs, someone needs to take those keys off him, bro, because he should not be controlling what a football club does. He should just manage and carry on. No, it's true, bro. It's wild. It's crazy. How are you buying all these wingers and trying to play them at wing back?
No, but the funny part is, why do you believe
about the Dutch players they're buying?
No, David Ornstein said it.
What do you mean?
As in, I wouldn't believe it if it didn't come from people that I actually trust. And it came from David Ornstein. It was in an article where he was talking about apparently Thomas Tuchel wanted Raphinha so he can play him at right wing back. And I'm thinking,
guys, come on. Like literally, bro, just put, like, I understand the guy's a reliable guy, but come on, that sounds silly, bro. There's certain things where you just gotta dismiss them at face value. You don't even have to look at how reliable this person is. But come on, bro, you don't
I remember
sign
he got the best out of. I'm scared of Dembele, man, because
That's who I
Dembele's played.
want. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Dembele's played his best football under man, man. So
true.
he knows what Dembele needs. He knows how to get it out of him. And anyone who doesn't think Dembele is a good player, you're. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, the injuries is a problem, but he's like, I don't know. We'll see. But go on, Hassan.
Chelsea Football Club, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea Football Club. See, today I hosted the space. Kind of tried explaining to the people that they're in bigger trouble than they think. You know, I think Chelsea are another club that are rebuilding right now. And I don't think top 4 is necessarily a guarantee. Now, this is how I look at it personally. I think United are, with all due respect, just not making top 4. So I'm just moving them out of the equation. I think City and Liverpool are guaranteed for top 4. So now you look at the 3rd and 4th slot. I think it's going to be fought for by Tottenham, Spurs, and Chelsea. So, like, Chelsea aren't guaranteed to get into the top 4 slot. And the transfer business that they're going to have to do has got to be serious business because they are rebuilding. Now, you know, I've heard the Sterling stuff, and I think Sterling would be a great signing depending on who they get on the other wing. If they get Dembele, suddenly that signing becomes better because you've got creativity and goal scoring. So, you know, you could up the levels of the squad. I think Tuchel is a fantastic manager. I think he's better than Arteta, but I don't think he's quite as good as Conte. I'd say Conte is the 3rd best manager in the league. I think for me, if Spurs continue on the good business they're doing, they've cemented 3rd place for me. So, you know, you're looking at that 4th slot, you know, between Chelsea and Arsenal. And of course, Tuchel's a better manager than Arteta. They've got the Europa League, Arsenal, so there's many questions there. But Chelsea ain't guaranteed it for me. So they're going to have to do a lot of business because Christensen, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Alonso, whether you rate them or not, it matters nothing. Point is, that's depth that you're losing that you're going to have to replace. So now basically all they have is Thiago Silva and Chalobah in defense. So I've seen they've been linked to Koundé, but now he wants Barcelona. That's the problem with Spanish teams. You know, a lot of them just want to play for Barcelona or Real Madrid. That's like their epitome, you know. So, you know, even us, you know, like, see, Liverpool Football Club is attractive. But I know for a fact, and I know Daps would agree with what I'm about to say as well, sometimes players just want Barcelona, Real Madrid, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's not like
by the sounds of it, to be fair.
Yeah, like Chelsea are an attractive football club, but if Koundé wants Barcelona, there is nothing Chelsea can do to drag him to Stamford Bridge. So that's the problem. So there's
changing.
A lot of
it is changing. It is changing, but it's going to take a long time for it to change.
Yeah, it's going to take a new generation, maybe 10 years from now.
Yeah. Youngest like Haaland, for example.
Just before we move on, I'm just going to show you guys this. This was the thing that was going around social media where David Onstein was speaking, and he's like, Thomas Tuchel wants to play him as a right wing back.
Chelsea, you might get Champions League football, but there's talk of maybe Tuchel preferring him as a wing back. Would he want to play there? Whereas Arsenal might put him in.
Can you hear him?
Favoured position. But
Yeah.
Chelsea, you
Playing who as a wing back though?
Football, but there's talk of maybe Tuchel preferring him as a wing back.
Raphinha, Hassan, Raphinha.
So he was speaking about Raphinha, and Tuchel might prefer him as a wing back. So that's where originally, like, people were hearing that from. Anyway,
that might put Raphinha off.
Also,
there is no might, Daps. If you're Raphinha, ain't no way you're going to play wing back, bro. Let's be honest.
This is the thing. It's easy to change players that are at your club. For example, when I use 2 of my own, but I could use a Chelsea one as well. But with City, Delph and Zinchenko. But then with Chelsea, who was the guy that became a flying wing back? Moses, right? If you're a player in a team, right, a top team, and you're not really getting in the position you want to play in, and the manager's like, I'm going to play you here, that happens. If you're Raphinha and you've got all these clubs linked with you, and then all of a sudden, and actually, where does he play for his national team?
Right wing.
Right. Thank you. And then you've got a manager saying, I want to convert you into a wing back that you've never played in before in the season that you're trying to cement yourself in your national team.
Thank you.
It's like, I get it next year, but not right now, bro. Not right now.
A lot of people are forgetting that this is a World Cup year. Players, bro, the South American players specifically would do anything to confirm that they're on that flight and play in that World Cup. So if you're, I don't give a fuck who it is, Klopp, Pep,
we don't know if it's
you know, whoever it is. If you're gonna call up Raphinha and say come play wing back, he's gonna say no because he wants to start for Brazil.
Send asking for the link.
Send the link. Send the link.
This is the first. But yo, guys, we're gonna go.
Slens.
Here we go.
Send
This
him
Slens.
the link. Send him the link. I want to see what he has got to say.
When I first did a show with Hassan, Slens was on it. Slens was a bit more active a year ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, Slens was more active. Now he's a bit popular on TikTok.
Slens, I sent you the link. I'm just gonna say this, guys.
Make sure you go follow Slens Talks on TikTok, man.
1 second. Before Slens comes in, there's a couple of rumors that I just want to ask Mojo if he thinks yes or no, fake news or real news. Cristiano Ronaldo to Chelsea. Fake news
Fake.
Okay, Lewandowski to Chelsea. Fake news.
If that one happened, wallahi, I'd have to
Fake.
do
Okay, the lit to Chelsea. Fake news or real news?
Real.
Okay, Ousmane Dembele. You think it's gonna happen?
I don't know. I think that one's difficult to say simply because it depends on what the player's actual needs are.
Mojo, did you say Neymar was fake?
Okay,
No. I said,
Did you say Neymar was fake news?
No. I never
didn't
said
even say.
Neymar
He
yet.
hasn't said Neymar yet.
Neymar?
Neymar, I don't know, bro.
I think there's basis for that one. I think that one has legs.
I think your owner might be interested.
Yeah,
in that one.
I think that's going to be his first.
If I'm
marquee
honest
signing.
with you, if PSG are truly trying to get rid of him, then there's a chance for sure.
Okay.
I think if they get that French manager, I think they want to get rid.
And finally, Declan Rice. Is it going to happen?
Not for 150 mil. Let's say that now.
Don't upset Mount. Do not upset Mount. It's gonna happen.
We can't do 150 mil, guys. We can't move the way we did last time.
All right. Since Len's not here yet, anyone else have anything else to say on Chelsea before?
I will say this though, like it's so easy for people to believe whatever is being thrown there, man.
Guys,
I don't know, man.
Welcome back.
Can I just say one last thing on Chelsea? Yeah,
Raphinha at wing back, and you lot off buying it. Like I can't believe this was a conversation.
You know what? The one thing I'll say on Chelsea is I'm neither way. They've got a new owner coming in. So anyone that says, "Oh, we know how Chelsea do business," pause on that one. Because we know how Roman did business. But at the same time, I'm not saying they're not going to spend money but we have to understand it's a different man, it's a different owner, and things might change. So we can't just assume Chelsea are going to continue. But I'm not saying either way. It's just
when
a
you
very
say
hard
continue,
time.
what do you mean, bro?
Well, people were saying like, "Oh, don't worry, you know how Chelsea do business, so it's just going to remain the same." Everyone says when Chelsea need to address something, they address it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they won't. What I am saying is you've got a new owner, so you can't just assume it's going to remain the same. Yeah, I'm not saying either way. And I think it's the hardest time for a new owner to come in because the fact is you are a team in transition with the players leaving. That it's not nice.
My opinion is very simple. Can I just say this, Agal? My opinion is very simple. The old Chelsea would have rushed deals, would have been running around, that we would have been dragging our legs over all kinds of different madness. The fact that we're playing this patient game and we're taking our time with this, to me, shows good signs. Where other people will feel it's going to be different, that's up to them. I don't care. But personally, for me, get it right. That's what I care about. So take your time, get the right players, and make sure they fit what we're trying to actually do, and it will take us a step forward in the right direction. If anyone else wants to say other things like, oh, we don't know how to get rid of players or we don't know how to do anything else, it's up to you, man. I like the fact that we're being underestimated, though. People are all saying now we're not going to finish in top 4. It's good news, man.
Let me ask you this quickly before we bring Slens in. Linkovic Savic, do you think those rumors are true?
I think it's got legs.
Okay. And also, guys, we got Slens in the house. If you don't know Slens, he's been around. He's been on the channel before. Man was literally one of my co-hosts for all the UFC streams that I used to do. So big up to Slens. Nice to have you back, bro. How you doing?
Yes, my brother. How you lot doing, man?
What made you want to come on today?
Nothing. I just want to talk about my club, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like a calling show. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just want to obviously shout out your channel first of all.
It's not normally a calling show, but you see, for you,
shows some levels of respect, innit? Just you're allowed to.
I'm with esteemed company right now. No pun intended, Daps. But yeah, listen. I just think, big up to all you lot. EGTV. Make sure you lot subscribe. Make sure you lot send super chats. All that. And I just want to say, like, first of all, like, what needs to address with Chelsea is that, like, during a transfer window, to get a new ownership, first of all, and actually change your transfer strategy, but where by kind of firing and changing Marino. He was in charge of transfers, he was in charge of contracts, in charge of a lot of things. That's unprecedented, right? So that's going to lead to your business being done a bit slower. It might take a bit longer because the strategy probably changed. My personal opinion is that the strategy changed from Marino to Todd Bowley. That's why Todd Bowley has such a first-hand approach now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like him coming in, he'll probably have to analyze the situation, look at what's available, and go for the names. I think I want to also say in terms of the prediction for next year, I get what people are saying, what they're saying. I think it's funny that it went from Chelsea last year or title contenders to this year going to drop out of top 4. A lot of man in this panel said Chelsea are going to win the Premier League next year, but now they're saying they're going to drop out of top 4. But to me, that's fine. That's a prediction, and I'm going to hold you to that prediction very, very strongly next season. And if you get proven wrong, then we must talk. But I feel like in terms of the transfers, I'll just say a last thing, bro. We have to take our time with it. We have to be slow and be accurate. Take your time with it. Exactly. Yeah, we have to be accurate. We can't just bring in any names. It's not about the names now. It's about the profiles that Tuchel wants. Do you know what I'm saying? Actually, sorry. I'm so sorry, Igal. Took a lot of screen time. But Raphinha, okay, this is the last thing I say. So this Raphinha thing, I understand David Ornstein is a very credible journalist, very reliable journalist, right? But all of us here, we're quite like, we know about football. We have our own minds. We think to ourselves, if my club is trying to offload Ziyech and Werner, right, in the same window, and Raphinha's coming in, do you really think we're going to ignore that right wing position that is going to be left by Ziyech and by Werner and not let Raphinha occupy it when he comes in? Do you really think that the manager would be like, you know what, actually, no, let me use you as a right wing back because you know what, I'm seen as a negative manager? No, of course not, bro. You use your own brain, you analyze, and you can see Ziyech is being sold. This is a fact. Fabrizio Romano said it. So someone like Ziyech is quite similar to Raphinha on the right. You bring in Raphinha to replace him. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of sentence was a bit overblown, and a lot was said about it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, big up.
They had a 20-minute conversation about it, Slens, but thank you for clarifying that, bro.
That's not lie. That was like 4 minutes.
Big up Slens. Big up Slens.
Big up,
thank
brother.
you for coming on. Really do appreciate it. Also, guys, check him out. Slens Talks. I think that's your name on. I think that's your name on TikTok. Also, am I wrong, Slens?
Make sure you go check out Slens Talks on TikTok.
I thought I was out. Yeah, it is, man. Big up, yeah, man. Don't follow me. Don't follow me, man. There's no good thing.
Don't follow me.
Guys, go follow him on TikTok. His TikTok today. Slens, thank you for coming on. Let's move on to Tottenham, the final topic of the day. Tottenham have made 3 signings.
But that don't mean the rest of you lot can start calling in now, by the way. I'm saying don't even think.
Don't be damning me or anyone like, oh yeah, please. No, you ain't getting on, bro.
This is the final segment of the day. Alan, is there anything going on in the other side?
Let's make it quick as well, bro. Unless you wanna increase the payment, because we're past the payment threshold now. Igal, you know, our agreement, and AK knows this as the spokesperson for us. Our agreement is on an hour and a half. Anything exceeding that, I want overtime payment, Igal. We're not just gonna let it fly, bro. We're not just gonna let it fly.
8 minutes overtime right now. I just want to let you know.
My people will speak to your people. Don't worry. Anyways, Alan, go ahead.
Yeah, there's still loads of links and rumours at the moment. For me, we've done the bits.
Look at the way look at that little smirk on his face when he's talking. I just don't like you or your football club at the moment. I'll be real.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
You just sit back and go after De Jong and no one else. It's fine.
One at a time, baby. One at a time.
One at a time. Okay, you might get
The
3
levels.
players in before the end of the thing. Yeah,
Come on, guys. Let him land.
Yeah, so there's always links going on. For me, I don't think we're going to do anything further until after the 1st of July when the transfer market opens in Italy, because that's where we're shopping. So they're going to wait for people to start moving around, and then Paris Saint-Germain's going to pick off what they want when they want. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm not worried about Spurs' lack of dealings in the last 9 days. I know Spurs fans are starting to panic. It's not even July yet, and people are starting to panic. They've actually finally released money, like 100 million, as well as what was already there to do stuff. So we've already spent as well. So it looks like we're actually going to fulfill the first time ever the amount that we're saying we're going to, and we've already got players on the free as well. So it looks like there's going to be about another four players coming in. Bremer's linked and Deke is linked. There's another link, the Leipzig defender, I can't pronounce his name properly. The youngster, I can't pronounce it, but he's linked as well, although he's going to cost 80 million. So that, I don't think
don't forget Guardiola. Don't forget
Yeah, that's him.
Barcelona's Longley as well that you're linked to.
Yeah, let's talk about him. So there's loads of loads of different links. Spence might take the longest because Daniel Levy's got his grubby mitts on that. So yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Daniel Levy's got his grubby mitts on that. So I think that's.
Well, they've given him one just to handle himself to keep him happy.
Yeah, and he's
Right,
he's taking his time with it. So it's just
Might not
gonna be one
happen
of them
then.
things.
Might not happen.
Yeah. Apparently, with 5 million difference, so probably going to be the Jack Grealish thing.
Well,
from Aston
Liverpool.
Villa.
Oh, listen.
Let it go.
Liverpool will probably come in and grab him. To be frank with you,
Yeah.
if
So-
Levy's managing
Who are
him.
we grabbing? Sorry.
So,
Liverpool already have a
Spence
right
from
back.
Forest.
Liverpool signed
They'll
a
grab
right
him. They'll grab his backup. He's relevant.
Yeah.
back.
Leave me alone,
Just
Dad.
take him off
Leave me alone.
Tottenham.
All right, guys, let Alan finish, man.
no, so that was pretty much it. So there's loads of links. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks. But Spurs, as backup, yeah, for the amount, no. So like I said, I'll take him as backup.
I think
but
Richarlison's
not
really good
50.
for you lot because
Nah,
if
man.
you lot, no, because what they need.
Hold on,
Go on,
yeah.
sorry.
So Richarlison can be that target man, and he can also play on the wing, so he can cover most of the front three. So you one player in front of three. I'm not saying he's like a top quality player, but he does a job in all them roles. I wouldn't pay the 50 million. I'll try and get him cheaper. So I'm hoping they go have Harry Winks, and we can take Richarlison for about 25 million. I'd be happy with that.
Alan,
Can I make a
and this is
comment on
Alan. This question isn't to
Hey,
you.
I
This
love
question,
Alan, man.
this
Hey,
question
I need
is
to make
the
a
whole-
comment about this
yeah,
after.
This question is to everyone on this panel. Before, when we were talking about Raphinha, and when we spoke on pretty much every single Brazilian, we've said they're moving to cement their place in the Brazilian national team. So, based on that, does Richarlison start for Tottenham?
No,
Oh no, he's backup. That's what.
So why is he going then?
I don't know.
it doesn't make sense.
But
Doesn't make sense.
he knows his place is on the bench. So if he comes first,
But then
there
he
you
won't.
go.
But yeah, I get it most years, but he needs to cement his place. And I don't think Conte. I think Richarlison, if he don't start, throws his toys out the prams. I don't think Conte would be down with that at all.
Okay, he can throw his toys out the pram on the bench then, can't he?
That's
Can
why
I-
it don't make sense for you, man. Your front three is
I
fucking
think
too
he's gonna
good.
be
for
Yeah,
people.
but I think
You
that's
need
it's more,
cover.
it's more
You
of a
need
thing
cover.
of the good thing about him is the fact that he can cover your striker and cover your wingers at the same time as well, because he can play anywhere in that front. He might not be the quality might not be at the highest level, but he's
Exactly.
still good enough to cover if anyone goes missing.
I agree.
And they've had a problem with if Harry Kane gets injured all of a sudden, who do you play?
But I agree with that. I agree. I'm not saying it's bad. Like, I'm not saying he's that bad.
Oh, you're
But
saying why would he do it in
I'm
a World
saying
Cup? Yeah,
for
okay.
him
Yeah.
that wants to cement his place for Brazil, knowing you're going to a club where you've got Son, Kane, and I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I'll get it wrong.
Kulusevski.
You know you're not going to start, and you're trying to cement your place in your national team. It's like Jesus. I said the same about Jesus. Jesus will choose Arsenal over you lot, and maybe even Raphinha, because they're going to places where they know they're going to start, right?
Yeah.
Richarlison can't look at that Tottenham front three when all of us would probably say there is an argument that Tottenham's front three this calendar year is one of the best in the world, right? So how does Richarlison coming from Everton think he's going to break into that? Tell me, because I'm not seeing it.
Let me get some takes from the other guys. Hussam,
Mo.
Can I just say one thing, guys? I'm so desperate on this one. I gotta say it. It's one of the outgoings that's potentially leaving Spurs. I just want to comment on this. The rest of Spurs, I couldn't care less right now. And Harry Winks, Frank Lampard, I need to speak to you, my guy. I know we spoke about character building and all of this stuff, but stay the fuck away from Harry Winks. For the love of God, you took Dele Alli and he did nothing for you, and you're coming back to take Harry Winks. It makes no sense. I beg you, Frank Lampard, for the love of God, if you want to be a manager and you want to be respected,
Do you not
please.
see the comp that Everton
can't-
fans made?
I
Have you not seen
can't. I
it?
can't defend this. I can't defend this.
No, I
Lampard,
didn't.
for the
They
love
made
of
a
God,
comp.
please, bro.
Everton fans made a comp of Harry Winks.
I can't, bro. I'm
guys,
sorry,
let's-
but no.
We're gonna wrap it up here. Hussam, what's your take on Tottenham?
Flipping hell.
You know why what Mojo's saying? AK, by the way, can you be professional? Come on the camera, bro. We're about to end the show.
Oh yeah, I'll be back
Anyway.
in 2 seconds. I'm just doing something. Why
As
are you
I
gonna
was
bait me out
saying.
like that? Gee, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Man could have just popped it in the private chat, but his test.
AK, bro. We have to get that overtime. We have to get that
family.
overtime money, AK. So again,
That's what I'm trying to long it out so we get paid more. Carry on, man.
big up Gio, man. You paid our week's wages. Anyway, when it comes to what Mojo said,
867 votes in the poll, by the way.
you know why it's funny what Mojo said? Because Harry Winks is like the most Everton transfer ever. Like,
I can't. So I beg you, please.
What, more than Dele Alli?
if there is one club,
Even more than Dele Alli.
if there is
bro,
one
I
club in
can't.
the whole league that smells of Harry Winks, it's Everton. Just look back at the history. Walcott, Iwobi, Michael Keane. Like, they just do this. They've been doing this. So,
The guy from Palace.
The first time I saw it,
Balassi.
Balassi, yeah. They've been doing it,
guys. I beg you.
If you have a player...
This is the worst, bro. This one is the worst. All those names you said, I can respect.
Wait, hold on. No.
If you have a player that's thinking up the league,
there's no way Alan's about to do Winks prop. I know he's
call
not.
up Everton.
Big screen. No big screen.
No big screen. Mojo, I'm going to have to shout out to Frank Lampard who watches this show. Don't listen to Mojo. Harry Winks is the man who's going to transform your midfield. The man scores goals from crosses like no one's business. It's him all the way. He's got one version of passing, and that's direct to goal. Yeah, he's the man
I don't care if this guy has passion and desire. I don't care what he has. Please, for the love of God, Everton Football Club, I understand. Life has been tough. But Frank Lampard,
Mojo,
this is for you,
delays are inevitable.
Guys.
Harry Winks is getting wearing an Everton shirt. Me and you both know it. Don't need to deny it.
We gotta wrap
Which club in this whole league is stupid enough to pay 20 million for Everton? Who? For Winks? Who?
Everton.
Name it. Everton.
I would take. It doesn't have to be 20 million. I take.
I don't care. Nottingham Forest. I don't care. Anybody but Everton. Please.
Harry Winks is gonna be hugging Lampard. Doing an interview.
Where are you?
Hey, Lampard.
Wait, no.
Look at Alan Spence. I'm on this show, bro. I have to defend my club and you. I can't do it, bro. Please, not Winks.
Everton fans. It doesn't have to be 20 million. I'd give you Harry Winks for a pack of Haribo. I really will. It would be anything. You could give us anything. I'll take it.
Hey,
Ali?
Huh? No. You keep it. No. Pack of Haribo.
We're gonna wrap it up here. This has been amazing vibes. We've gone for an hour and 40 minutes. My apologies for going overtime, guys. But
hey, just pay up, man.
Don't apologize. Just pay, bro.
Big up AK, big up Mojo, big up Hussam. Guys, Hussam's link to his channel is in the description. You can click on there right now and subscribe. We got Dabs is Never the Foul also. You can click on there and subscribe. And also Alan's Twitter. Everyone's Twitter's links are there also. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and you can also become a member on the channel also if you want to by clicking that join button. But yeah,
before we end real quick, I'm sorry, I know you just did the whole outro. How many likes are we on at the moment?
We are on 268.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
300 people. If you're in here now,
I'm gonna come back and check in an hour, and I just want to see 300 likes. That would be amazing.
Come on, guys, please.
There you go. And if you guys have been watching up to this point, you guys are legends. Shout out to the people.
Some of you lot in the chat word fair from the first minute until now, man. Big up you lot. We see all of you.
Retention's a big deal.
I just want to shout out the super chatters. Corey for the super chat, big up to you. Zane for the super chat, big up to you. Tottenham with UCL with have no UCL poll. With UCL have no poll. Big up to you. Doc LFC, big up to you. Geo, 100 times over, big up to you as always. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Without you guys, the show doesn't go on. But have yourselves a wonderful day.